Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Hard Count. I'm Michael Emami, and I had a wonderful interview with Bishop Hartley High School's kicker Ryan Hawk. Hawk is a member of the 2021 class and recently committed to Valpo, so I'd like to wish him a heartfelt congratulations on that. He's got a very strong leg, has good technique, and he's developed well according to both his Hudl and Kohl's film. Hawk's interview was great not only because I got to hear about the type of athlete he is, but also the person. And he has a really cool hobby outside of football, too. And I'm just going to leave this to the episode for you guys to listen to because it was really cool and I don't want to spoil it. All right, everybody, here is Ryan Hawk. Hope you guys enjoy this one. By the way, congrats on your commitment to Valpo. So first off, I wanted to ask you, why Valpo? Why was that school good for you?
So I only had two offers, so it was really between Oberlin and Valpo. And Oberlin is a pretty small D3 school, and it was a pretty hard decision because they're both really strong academic institutions, and I was really blown away. But I really loved that Valpo's campus, and I really loved everything about it. And the coaching staff seems awesome, and the facilities, from what I've seen online, look great. So I was really impressed by everything, really.
Yeah. I see that you're also a dual sport athlete. You play soccer. I don't know if you play any other sports besides soccer and football, but I can clearly see that you've obviously developed well, and I think those two things can go hand in hand, especially with what you're doing right now. So tell me a little bit about kind of your experience in balancing both soccer and football and what it's kind of like having those two sports there for you playing them.
Yeah, that's been a challenge to say the least. It's especially in the summer is really difficult. I'd wake up at 6 a.m. and then I'd have 7 a.m. conditioning for soccer, and then about at 8-ish, I think is when the summer morning conditioning for soccer would end, and I would drive straight over to football practice, and I'd go kick there for about an hour, and then honestly I'd go home, take a nap, and then I'd have 2 days for soccer. So I'd have to go home and I'd take a nap, and then I'd go straight to soccer again, and then I'd have football again that night. So I had about it was 4 practices a day. It was pretty tough, but got through it, and it's been a challenge to say the least. I love it though. It's I don't know. I love soccer, football, and the balance. And obviously, just like you said, it's really nice having them be able to go hand in hand, and one helps the other for sure.
Yeah, and I see here Cole's kicking camps did a good profile on you. They get into a lot of details with kind of your accomplishments and what they say about you here. Obviously, you were selected 2020 All District Division, Robert Tolerski Award, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, Division II First Team All Ohio. That was soccer. Division II Central District Player of the Year, soccer. High GPA, high ACT. Seemed like a dedicated student and athlete. How do you feel about right now? Because you're going to be graduating this year. You've already got your commitment down. What are you kind of looking to do on campus in the fall next year?
I'm going to take academics seriously. That's just something that's been really, grounded into me. It's kind of like a family core belief that, academics come first, and then it's family sports, which I agree with fully. And so honestly, I'm just going to kind of do my best to follow that. And, I'll take my academics as seriously as I can. And I'll do my best to balance it with football. And, I'll just do what I can. And, so far I've been really successful with it. Everything is going well. So.
Yeah. And so I think Coles they kind of got into detail a little bit as well with your kickoff. You said you had your best 69 yards, 3.81 hang time. They say you showed flashes of above average leg strength and will continue to get better as the year goes on. I think that was at one of their showcases they did you did with them. So I wanted to get into your training regimen. What does it look like in terms of a kicker? Because I find this very interesting. Kickers are certainly athletes, and they're certainly a huge part of the football program, but they are working different muscles in a lot of the cases. So what do you kind of do in terms of team workouts? Do you do kind of workouts with a team? Do you work out on your own? What does that kind of look like?
That's actually a really good question. So freshman, sophomore, and junior year, I would always kind of do my own thing. And then this year, I started to working with the wide receivers and stuff, but obviously like the underclassmen, because just straight up, I'm a kicker. I don't quite have the upper body strength that everybody else does. But I'm doing my best. And then nowadays during the winter, it's kind of harder. So I don't really get to go out and kick as much because, all the football fields here in Columbus are covered with 17 inches of snow right now. So I'm doing a lot of weights and legs and like hip stuff. And, I wouldn't necessarily say it's easy, but it's definitely, it works different parts of my body than, most football players. And, if you take it seriously, then it'll still get you just as far.
Yeah, and a couple things I noticed here. Obviously, with your kicking and your punting, you do have very good form, line up very well. And I wanted to get into, obviously, in terms of kind of what the first thing you wanted Valpo to know about you before you stepped on campus as a person and as an athlete in terms of your development, character, and kind of who you are.
Yeah, I'm there and I'm going to do my best. Yeah, just regardless of the circumstances. That's something that I've always, held firm. And I'm a hard worker, and no matter the circumstances, whatever it is, I'm going to do everything I can to show that I belong to be where I am, and nobody's going to outwork me.
All right, great. And so, do you have any hobbies outside of football? Anything you like to do for fun?
Yeah, I do a lot of golfing and scuba diving. So
Scuba diving. It's the first time I've heard about that. Wow.
yeah.
Wow. Do you go to any beaches or anything like that? Is there a good place that you like to go to for it?
Yeah, we used to do like this reef coral project thing down in Pompano Beach, Florida.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, but obviously we didn't get to do that this year because of COVID, so that kind of sucked. But we planted a jungle gym underwater and down like after hurricanes and stuff, and to help rebuild reefs and restore some color in life. So that was going pretty well, and I guess we'll go back down this summer if we're allowed and see how that's going.
Yeah, you're definitely that's definitely a pretty cool hobby. I've actually, it's one of the more interesting ones that I've heard. That's pretty cool. So kind of getting into the second to last question here, I wanted to ask you about your parents, your folks. How have they kind of influenced you or developed you so far as a person?
Oh my goodness, I owe everything to them. My dad and my mom, they always took me to practices. Even my brother, honestly, they took me everywhere up until I got my license. And then, my dad is he's honestly the one who athletically really pushed me to the limits, whether it be weights or form or, encouraging me to do better, do my best. And he'll take me out to do workouts and find private coaches for me. And, and then my mom is also a blessing. She really pushed me academically, and she really kept me accountable for, all my actions and my words and, everything. And I'm the person I am today because of them. So.
Okay, all right. That's a very, very good heartfelt statement. That's excellent. I think they'll really appreciate that. And one last kind of final fun question here. If you were to get drafted by an NFL team, what team would you prefer to get drafted by?
That's a tough one. I think honestly, the Browns. I'm a Columbus boy, so it's either, honestly, at this, like in Columbus, it's you root for the Steelers or you root for the Browns, and I'm a Browns guy. And we kind of suck, but we went pretty far this year, and Baker Mayfield's God, and yeah, definitely the Browns.
I know a lot of people from Ohio who feel that way. You guys do have a hockey team, though.
Oh yeah, we do.
Columbus Blue Jackets. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not quite. Something to be proud of here in Columbus.
Yeah. But. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks so much for coming on, Ryan. I really appreciate it.
Of course. Thanks for your time.
All right. No problem. And congratulations, by the way, on your commitment, too.
Thanks again.
All right, everybody. Thanks so much for listening. That was Ryan Hawk out of Bishop Hartley High School in Ohio. If you'd like to contact Ryan, his Twitter account is @RyanHawk_. I'll be sure to post his Hudl and Kohl's film links below as well. If you'd like to contact me, my Twitter account is @EmamiMichael. My Instagram and Facebook are both @TheHardCount with Michael Emami. Also, it'd be greatly appreciated if you subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. Once again, congratulations to Ryan on his commitment to Valpo. Wishing him a heartfelt congratulations on that. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. This has been The Hard Count. Do you have what it takes to go D1?